There, this is Pavan. Today we're going to talk and demo EKS Made Easy, building your own EKS cluster with the eksctl. I would say that it's a practical walkthrough. Many of you guys know, Kubernetes has become the go-to container orchestration platform, and Amazon's EKS offers a powerful managed service to run your Kubernetes applications seamlessly. But we understand that setting up an EKS cluster from scratch might seem daunting at first. So today we'll be demystify the process and provide you with a clear roadmap to get your EKS cluster up and running in no time. We'll be using eksctl, a powerful command line tool that simplifies EKS cluster management, making it accessible to developers of all levels. Without further ado, let's jump into the agenda. First, we're going to talk what is EKS, and then why eksctl, as there are a lot of other methods or ways to create the cluster. And then we'll talk about prerequisites, followed by the demo. What is EKS? EKS is the managed Kubernetes on AWS, which means you don't need to install, operate, and maintain your own Kubernetes control plane or nodes. These are taken care by the Amazon AWS. This is a managed service, it ensures that high availability by running and scaling the Kubernetes control plane across multiple AWS availability zones, automatically scales the control plane instances based on load, detects and replaces any unhealthy control plane instances, which also provides automated versions updates and patching of them. This is well integrated with the Amazon ECR for container images, Elastic Load Balancer for load distribution, IAM for authentication, VPC for network isolation. So this Kubernetes is again open source Kubernetes software. So they run up-to-date versions, and you're not locked to AWS as it is a open source version. You can use any existing your plugins or tools from the Kubernetes community. Yeah, that is about the Amazon EKS. Now let's talk about how we set up the EKS cluster. This can be done in different ways. One of them is through the console. Let's check Kubernetes services, clusters, add cluster, create cluster, provide the name, and then next and go on. This is good for doing just one time. If it is needed to reproduce it and share with the team members, it's not recommended, as you are not sharing the configuration and reproducibility. So this is not recommended for non-test or repeatable use cases. Then what are the other methods we can do it? Terraform is the one IAC tool which is widely used. That's one of the best way. Many companies uses Terraform in managing the EKS clusters. But eksctl is a purpose-built tool. So this has a little more advantage over Terraform. I feel that eksctl has a advantage over Terraform. The reasons are because it is a purpose-built specifically for creating and managing EKS clusters. It abstracts away much of the complexity and simplifies the process. eksctl is designed to support all the latest features and updates of Amazon EKS, as this is the dedicated tool for EKS. EKS follows the native best practices and recommendations by AWS, ensuring that you'll create a well-architected cluster that aligns with AWS guidelines and security measures. And also this abstracts infrastructure management focus on the Kubernetes cluster itself. You don't need to create roles, EC2 instance, and things like that. All the AWS services you don't need to worry about. You're just concentrating on Kubernetes specific configuration only. And as a Kubernetes users or admins, you're more familiar with the YAML or JSON configuration files, but the EKS follows the same. Lastly, it simplifies the updates and upgrades for operational purposes. I feel these are the advantages over Terraform. Terraform is also one of the best tools to use it. Depends on what skill sets your team has. Now I'm going to demo the cluster creation. For this, I'm going to clone this repo and the terminal, and the rest of the demo is done through this. First, I'm going to validate my prerequisites. Kubectl version. Yes, kubectl is installed. EKS CTL version install, and then AWS CLI. I already have it, and then credentials. So you can already configure it to validate that. Is the thing. So I have all already have the prerequisites. If you guys don't have, follow the Git repo, which has a path to install all this. This is a straightforward one. Clearing it. So now we are going to build a cluster with EKS. You can do with this EKS create cluster name EKS demo. This is a single line command which creates a cluster. This is good for a one time, but if you need to reproduce it, not recommended. So only use it for test use cases. So I'm canceling it. I'm going to clone the Git repo, which I have the configuration files. You can clone this. You can use this repo for your testing. Here I have 3 files: eksctl demo basic, advanced, and upgrade. Basic is a simple EKS cluster. We can use it. Upgrade is for to upgrade your EKS cluster, and then advanced is more like a production use cases. Much more settings you have it. I'll go through eksctl basic for this demo. People who are familiar with the Kubernetes deployments, they know that we need to have this API version, kind, metadata, and then specs. Here in this case, manage node groups. This is EKCTL also follows the similar format, and so then it is more familiar. Here is the cluster config, and then name we are using is EKS demo, the region, a version, and then I want to have a one node group with the capacity of 2, and network is private. So a lot more other settings are there. So this is as a simple thing. So I'm using the basic configuration. Clearing it. Now, so before I create the cluster, I want to run a dry run to see that what are it is going to do. Yeah, so the EKS cluster is going to be across the 3 availability zones for redundancy: IAM, and then family of AMI family, and bunch of other settings. So this is what I wanted, so I'm good with this. So I'll remove the dry run. Before that, let me clear the screen. Yeah, so as we have seen in the dry run, so it is creating across the 3 availability zones, and then these are the private networks automatically selected, version, region, and then this eksctl will form a cloud formation stack that will have a bunch of events in it. The cloud formation will take care of creating the cluster. So we'll go over to that as this is going to take about 30 minutes. So meanwhile, we'll go over the cloud formation stack to see that what are the events there. And we chose one managed group node group. That's what I see it here. So let's jump onto the console and look at the cloud formation stack. Got into the console, and you see it here. This EKS demo cluster creation is already started. And then we'll go to cloud formation. This is the stack which has a EKS CTL has created. Let's get into this. Create in progress. Look at the events. See, there are a bunch of events are in progress. If you want to do manually, it is practically impossible. And EKS CTL, just with one command, it is taking care of creating the stack which has all the resources required to create the EKS cluster. So I'm going to pause it here, and then once the cluster creation is done, I'll resume it back. Right, the cluster build is done. Let's see how many minutes it's taken. Started at 8:54, ended at 9:07. Oh, fast. That's pretty good. So let's see, kubectl get nodes. Yep, and version 125, and we chose 2 nodes. All good. Okay, EKS cluster is built. Now let's deploy an application, and then see that access that. So for this, I'm going to use Nginx application. Okay. Yes, running. And I want to access this pod. I'm going to use port forward. Okay, this Nginx application is accessible. So now with this, you can say that this cluster is ready to use it. Now we are going to demo it upgrading the cluster as well. So right now it is 1.25. We'll upgrade it to 1.26. Yeah, this is not the straightforward one. Cluster upgrades need to upgrade the nodes. So for that, you need to create a new node group and then drain the old ones and remove it. I already have a configuration file with the new node group. Let me walk you through on that. So this EKS demo upgrade. This YAML has a new node group ng2, and then version is 1.26. So what I'm going to do it now is okay, I'm going to the cluster. We'll see. So this is upgrading from 1.26 to 1.25 to 1.26. It's going to take some more time. So then I'm going to pass again, and then I'll resume it once this upgrade is done. Okay, so I'm back. Now it has taken about 9 minutes. Let's see that what it has upgraded. Notes. It has upgraded the control plane, which we don't see it here. The next command which we need to do is create node group. Approve not needed. This is going to create the new node group ng2 with the new version. So it may take another 10 more minutes. So I'm going to pause it here and then resume it once it is done. Okay, actually, it has taken only 2+ minutes. Now let's see that we'll get nodes. So we have a new node group, which is with the version 126, and we have old one. So the cluster upgrade basically has a three-step process, you can say. One is upgrade the control plane, and then create a new node group. Second step. And the third one is delete the old node group. So let me go and see it here. That deleting can be done in two ways. One is the drain and delete, or with this command. So this will take care of draining and deleting it. So I'm going to go with this command. Hit here. Go. And before I do that, I want to see that my pod cursor still running. Okay, still running, right? Nginx pod is still running. Okay, then ML. Well, let me correct my location also here. Back here. Okay, so deleted already. So eksctl get nodes now. So first is drained it, which is disable those nodes, and it will be deleting it soon. And meanwhile, you see that whether your parts are running. Okay, so parts part actually it has moved to a different node. That's why you see the 36 seconds. And let me see it here. Okay, so it's got disconnected. So you'll have a short interruption, your access to the pod, and then see that it's running. Yes, this application is still running. Okay, so it ready to not ready now. So it's going to you'll be deleting these nodes very soon. Yep, done. And this is the end of the demo and brief review of the what we have done is building the EKS cluster with EKS Why EKS as it can be done through the console or Terraform, because EKS is a purpose built for EKS, and Amazon officially supports this tool. And then I have all the configuration files in the Git repo. We build them EKS with EKS. If you have any feedback, please share on the YouTube channel.